Hello everyone, this is Nitish and today I will teach you Chapter 12 of Economic Survey 2020-23. Today is episode number 12 and this is the last episode and the chapter name is Infrastructure, Physical and Digital. This will be helpful for this year UPSC exam. But before starting this class, I would like you to please subscribe the channel and also like and comment on videos. These contents are free of cost, so for test series and foundation video, you can contact to Vysh sir on WhatsApp 7200-681-675. So let's begin. First we will deal with the introductory part. The funding for infrastructure comes from a variety of sources, from the government to private sector to multilaterals. For this, the Government of India has launched National Monetization Pipeline and PM Gati Shakti. The launch of Open Network for Digital Commerce will transform how consumer and business interact with each other. In the context of unique challenges, which only a country with a billion people can face, India's infrastructure journey has been global in outlook but domestic in innovation and implementation. Physical infrastructure. First I will explain this graph, then further continue this topic. This graph is representing the central government has sharply increased capex, that is capital expenditure, in the last 2 consecutive years. The blue bar graph is representing GBS and the orange line is representing YOY growth in capex, that is year on year growth. So from the both graph, that is GBS and the YOY growth in capex, we can see there is a steady increase in the capital expenditure. So here you can mention, if the statement is given in the prelims examination that it is steadily increasing, so you can mark the statement as true. Public-private partnership are vital instruments for government in channelizing the strength of the private sector in critical areas of infrastructure. Now, once again, look at this bar graph, which is representing the status of project under NIP, that is National Infrastructure Pipeline. The blue bar graph is representing total project cost and the orange bar graph is representing total capital outlay. So here we can see that under conceptualization, the total project cost is greater than the total capital outlay. Similarly, under the underdeveloped part, same pattern is followed, and under the under implementation part, the same pattern is followed. So what we have learned from this graph is that the under implementation part is dominating the status of project under NIP. Now move on to the next graph, which is representing the transportation sector dominates the NIP, that is National Infrastructure Pipeline, and from the graph itself we can see that the transportation sector is dominating the NIP and the least dominating is the communication sector. So you have to see only this part. Logistic cost in India have been in the range of 14 to 18% of GDP against the global benchmark of 8%. The National Logistic Policy will address the components of improving efficiency in logistics through streamlining processes, regulatory framework, skill development, and mainstreaming logistics among others. More than 1 crore air passengers have availed themselves of the benefit of Udan scheme, that is Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik, since its inception. Inland water transport holds great untapped potential as a means for transportation of goods and passenger. The total installed power capacity of utilities, and here we are talking about the renewable sector. So the total installed power capacity of utilities and captive power plants was 482.2 gigawatts on 31st March 2022 as compared to 460.7 gigawatts on 31st March 2021, which is up by 4.7%. Now move to digital infrastructure. Digital India program, which aims to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy, envisions digital infrastructure as a core utility to every citizen. The landmark achievement in telecommunication in India was the launch of 5G services. The Indian Telegraph Right-of-Way Amendment Rules 2022, which facilitates faster and easier deployment of telegraph infrastructure to enable speedy 5G rollout. To reduce the surge cost for the commoners, the government launched unified mobile application for new age governance, that is Umang. The ONDC will make the e-commerce landscape more inclusive, accessible and experience driven for all the consumers and sellers, especially for small businesses that will exercise more freedom in business decision making. Another important domain that the government has emphasized in the availability of open resource on artificial intelligence. And the last one regarding the digital infrastructure is the Digital India Bhashni portal, which was launched in July 2022, that will bring access to internet and other digital resources to millions of Indians in their own language. Now, come to the concluding part, or we can also say the outlook. India could effectively steer through uncertain global situations owing to its dedicated support to infrastructure creation through increased capex and strong macroeconomic fundamentals. With increased focus on improving coordination among different stakeholders and ministries will help resolve compliance issues and increase the efficiency and effectiveness of investments. The reform being undertaken in the energy and power sector will help fast-track India's progress in the next 25 years. The government is committed to keep pace with the digital landscape development, including those related to legislations and frameworks. The synergy between physical and digital infrastructure will be one of the defining features of India's future growth story. So, today I completed this series. Hope you like this series and do watch this series and like and comment on videos and subscribe the channel. Thank you.